Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of the Roman Empire slideshow introduction. This last topic or chunk we're going to look over is the legacy of Rome. In this section, we will learn how today, more than 1,500 years after Rome's fall, we are still being shaped by the legacy left behind from the Romans and their culture. Architecture. Architecture is the design and the art of buildings. The Romans left behind an architectural legacy that greatly influences buildings and architecture today. There are three distinct styles that you can see in these Roman ruins. One are the arches, the columns, and the domes. And these three styles in particular can be seen in this architectural ruins from Rome. Today, domes and columns are seen in architecture that include banks, government buildings, entertainment arenas. The Romans also had outdoor amphitheaters built with some of the same architectural motifs, something that we do today outside venues where we have either plays or we watch live music. It's a legacy left behind from them. Giant outdoor sporting arenas, just like the Roman Colosseums. This is not only a architectural legacy, but a social legacy. The idea that people would come together and cheer on teams or people in different events. Art. Many different forms of art and sculpture were left behind by the Romans. That would later influence other artistic styles, including mosaics. Mosaics, like the one pictured here, are a picture made out of small pieces of tile or glass. One of the biggest legacies, obviously, is language. So the Romans gave the modern world some of the most well-known languages. The Romans spoke Latin, which is a root language for various other languages that we speak today, including Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. Even English has a lot of its roots in the Latin language. So language is one of the biggest legacies they left behind. Engineering. The Romans also built aqueducts, which were these bridge-like structures that brought fresh water to Roman cities and towns. While our plumbing and water systems are far more advanced today, the Romans gave these ideas to the modern world. In this diagram, you can see the difference between how Roman aqueducts worked back in their time and the modern use of aqueducts today. The Romans built over 50,000 miles of roads throughout Europe and the Mediterranean. The phrase, all roads lead to Rome, refers to the idea that all Roman roads led back to the city itself of Rome. Philosophy. Philosophy is the study of knowledge, and while the Romans contributed a lot to the world, the philosophy of Stoicism has left a mark on our world. Stoicism stresses that people should show virtue, duty, and endurance in life. Government. One of the biggest legacies that the Romans left behind was republican government. The idea that citizens would vote and elect their leaders is seen in governments all around the world today. And religion. The Romans allowed Christianity to grow and spread throughout its empire, and as a result, Christianity survived Rome's fall and spread all over the world. Christianity is the largest religion today with over 2 billion followers. So that's the end of our chunk. The first question is, what kind of a legacy did the Romans leave behind in the field of arts? The arts, philosophy, and architecture. And then lastly, what were some political and religious legacies of the Romans? So to go all the way back to the very beginning here, ladies and gentlemen, we started this slideshow by asking the question, how did the Roman Empire rise, fall, and leave behind a legacy? So more so than just answering each of these chunk questions, this is the overarching question I'd like for you to be able to answer. So how did it rise? How did it fall? What did it leave behind the world for today? Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please email me back. Bye.